Very good evening, friends, and in this video we are going to discuss about a very powerful graphical tool offered by the JavaFX application, and we'll try to represent the things graphically in the form of uh, graphs. So first let me optimize my imports and remove all the unwanted thing. So the graphical representation, as you know, that we have the bubble chart, pie chart, line chart, scatter chart. So in this video we'll discuss one of a prominent chart application. And first there you see that we have a class main extending application, and then we have another function called the public void main, where the stage object of the stage, primary stage, is passed, and then inside that we are calling a functions called the init UI, and then from the init UI we have to pass the object of the stage, primary stage. So init UI receives the primary stage, and then in this function we will design everything whatever we are required to plot our graph. So here I go, and then you see that this is init primary stage, and now inside this selected part I'm just trying to go and write the code for thing. So for the graph, since it will be plotted on the two-dimensional axis and y-axis, I need object of the number axis. So let me create the object for the number axis. So number axis, so the number axis x-axis equals new number axis, and then we'll provide the label to that. So yes, then write x-axis, the object of this one, x-axis dot set label. So you have to set label, and then you pass what you want to plot on the x-axis. That will be a type of string value, the object of string class. So here I write I'll plotting weight, and that will be expressed in weight of students, and then it will express in kgs, you can say. Then I go for the number object. Again I'll create one more object for axis, now this time for y-axis, and then I'll pass new number axis, and there I named it as y-axis. Then y-axis dot set label, and then I'll pass my number of students. So you can consider that I'm trying to create a graph where the certain students and their corresponding weights will be plotted. We may have the 100 to 200 students. Then here I create the object of my scatter graph, and this graph is called the scatter graph, where the coordinates are expressed in terms of the tiny points. So this is the scatter chart equal to new scatter chart, and then I'll pass the object of the number axis, x-axis and y-axis. Then we need a data. So since it is the xy coordinate system 2D graph, so we need xy chart dot series. We can take, like, the series means a set of values we are going to enter. So the xy chart dot series space, and then you write data series. This is the name of the series, data series, or data series 1 you can write, equals new xy chart dot data, xy chart dot data, and then in this data one by one will pass all those values. So dot series, then yes, so this is the data series is created, and then data series dot get data dot add, and then we pass the objects of the xy chart series or xy chart. So the xy chart dot data, and this D should be capital, so data, and then in the parenthesis will pass one for x-axis, that is number of student, and or for x-axis we have the weight. So on the x-axis this is 20.0, you can take it as 20.0 kgs, and then on the y-axis we'll plot number of students. So it's kind of a survey where we have selected some students, and then we'll try to enter those informations one by one. Okay, so here it goes, and then I copied and paste because it's just saving some time. So now I change the 20 kg 3 student, 30 kg 40 kg 50 kgs 60s, and then 70s. So these are our data items, and then they are added like the data series 1 dot get data dot add. Then let me change the number of students, suppose here 3, then 30 student, and then 337 student. Anything you can write. This way you can also learn about how the JavaFX tools select the minimum value and the maximum value for the x-axis and y-axis respectively. So 70, 3, 30, 37, 100, 130, and then we'll go for 40, and then I want 60. So I want the numbers to remain 200, 300 kind of, just like I think it is 300, 400 students you can say. So and the 3 students having weight 20 kg each. Now we'll, with the help of ScatterChart object dot get data, and then we'll add our data series. So ScatterChart dot get data, and then add data series, pass data series 1. Okay, so now there you see that now we create the object for the V box, that is called the vertical box, and in this vertical box we'll place our scatter chart. So the V box equal to new V box, and then scatter chart, and then we'll create the object for the scene. So the scene equals new scene, and then we'll pass the object of the V box, along with we can pass the size with the width and height of the scene. So 400 and 300, then semicolon, and then we create set the things for the stage. So our stage object already with has come inside the parameters of this function is called as the primary stage. So write primary stage dot set scene, and then primary stage dot set scene, and then we'll pass the object of the scene. Yes, so the scene is passed now. Now we can provide the width and height for the stage. So the primary stage dot set width, and this set width, and you'll get that suppose we can take height as 400, and then primary stage dot set width, I can take it as 500, and then we need primary stage dot show. So primary stage dot show. So this is the show function. Now let me run the application and see how everything looks. So this was a scatter diagram where you have the x-axis and y-axis. On x-axis you have got the weight, and on y-axis you have got the number of students, and then you see how beautifully this application plots the scatter diagram. So just wait, there you see you have got the weight on x-axis. And now suppose that if you have the two set of such values, like you can say that the two different people go and the survey for the 400 students, and the same questions like weight and the number of students. So you can have the another type of data set. Then you can just copy this XY chart and just create one more data series for a new data set, and we'll plot this data series also on the same scatter chart. So I just named as data series is 2, and now Let me change the values so that we can understand that these points are plotted. So the weight category I'm keeping the same. I'm only changing the number of students. Yeah, you can change anything because it is just a tutorial purpose. Our main focus is on how you can plot the data, because you can plot dynamically with a different set of values, and then the next videos will discuss about how to obtain the values dynamically and the plot them. And again, here inside this you can just run one more time, and then you can add data series 2. So now on the, let me run, and then you see that for one weight you will find the two dots, or you can say the two different number of student. So for every one weight we have got the two number of students, and they will be represented by two dots. So the code is running, and there you see it's lying one over the other, sometimes overlapping wherever it's same, and sometimes there's a wide gap. This gap is can be seen vertical gaps between these two. And yeah, so this is, there's also a way, like instead of doing this you can add using add all, or now I think that if there is some different colors for these two graphs, it will look more prettier and the cleaner. So we have to find the color, or the better we can discuss about the color later. Right now it's not required. So many functions are there that you have to like pay more attention to which function you want to call. So the properties of the graph, the data series 1, data series 2, or better you can use that get all function. So get all function or add all function, and add all function will also help you to understand that instead of using the to get data dot add data series, I can just use add all. So now this is how it looks. It remains same sometimes. Okay, so what I need, that I need to remove this line, and then I try to pass these two data series in just one line. So in the add I write the data series 1, but you see there is a error. It means you cannot add 2 in one, so it means I need to make it as add all. Yes, and then now let me run. So instead of the two lines we have just one line. Do the same thing. Now you'll see the result, and this is how it works. Thank you very much for watching our videos, and at the same time we expect you to keep learning, sharing, substituting, and working with a different kind of data set so that you understand. Thank you very much. Subscribe to our channel. Have a very nice time.